Hi everyone! In this video, we are going to determine whether a fraction is a solution of an equation. Here we have the equation 3x minus 5 equals negative 3x minus 10. And we want to check and see if any of these values that we've been given is a solution to the equation. I'm going to start with 0 because it's my favorite and it goes very quickly. Whenever we substitute something into an equation, don't forget we're going to use parentheses every single time we see a variable. So right here in this x, and again here. So as we substitute in the 0, we get 3 parenthesis 0 close parenthesis minus 5 equals 3 parentheses 0 minus 10. And you'll see very quickly here why 0 is my favorite. 3 times 0 is 0 minus 5 equals 3 times, negative 3, I apologize. Negative 3 times 0 is still 0 minus 10, and I get negative 5, because 0 minus 5 is negative 5, and 0 minus 10 is negative 10. And our question is, does negative 5 equal negative 10? No, it does not. So what does that tell us about the 0 we plugged in? It is not a solution because it did not hold a valid equal sign. So 0 is not a solution. Okay, let's try the next one. I'll do blue for this one. Here we're going to substitute 3/10 in. So we have 3 parenthesis 3/10 close parenthesis minus 5 equals negative 3 parenthesis 3/10 minus 10. Now we still have to follow the order of operations here by multiplying first before we subtract. So here we have 3, and if you want to put that over a 1 so that you can see you have a numerator and a denominator, you can do that. So we have 3 is the numerator multiplied to the other numerator, 3 is 9. 1 times 10 is 10, and we get 9/10. 9/10 minus 5. And over here, again, we can put this over a denominator of 1, and we get negative 3 times 3, or the numerator times numerator, which is negative 9/10, and subtract 10. Now we need to combine those numbers with a common denominator. Since the numbers on the right side don't have anything, we're going to put those over a 1, and then find the common denominator, which is 10. So we need to multiply numerator and denominator by 10. That keeps the fraction equivalent. So we multiply both of those, numerator and denominator, by 10. So we end up with 9/10. Subtract 5 times 10 here is 50. 1 times 10 is 10. Here we have negative 9/10. And we have 10 times 10, so subtract 100 over 10. Now that I have common denominators, I can combine the numerators. 9 minus 50 on the left is negative 41, and the denominator is 10. Then on the right-hand side, I have negative 9 over 10 minus 100 over 10, so the denominator is 10. Negative 9 minus 100 gives me negative 109. And then we ask ourselves, does negative 41/10 equal negative 109 or 109/10? It does not. So that tells us that the fraction 3/10 is not a solution. So let's move to the next one. This one will be green. Negative 5/6. So we have 3 parenthesis negative 5/6 close parenthesis minus 5 equals negative 3 parenthesis negative 5/6 close parenthesis minus 10. And just like we did before, we need to multiply before we add and subtract. And if we need to put these whole numbers over a 1 so we can see that there's a denominator, you can do that as well. So on the first one, 3 over 1 times negative 5 over 6, we're going to multiply 3 times negative 5, which gives me negative 15/6. We could have simplified that as well by dividing both 6 and 3 by 3, but I'm not going to worry about that in this video. And we still have subtract 5 here. Then on the other side, we have negative 3 times negative 5, which gives us a positive 15 over 6 minus 10. Now to combine these, I do need a common denominator. So I'm going to put the 5 and the 10 over a 1. And the denominator that's common is 6. So I need to multiply numerator and denominator by 6 for both of these fractions here. So I have negative 15, 6, subtract. 5 times 6 is 30. 1 times 6 is 6 equals 15 over 6, subtract 10 times 6 is 60 over 1 times 6 is 6. And then I have negative 15 minus 30. That gives me negative 45 over 6. And then on this side, 15 minus 60 is negative 45 over 6. And that tells us something. Negative 45 over 6 does equal negative 45 over 6. So that tells us our fraction negative 5/6 is correct. It is the solution to our equation because this holds true.